The line that split a nation wasn't drawn on a battlefield. It was drawn on a conference table, and that single decision lit the fuse of a war that would pull in the entire world. In 1954, after years of fighting the French, the Viet Minh walked into the Geneva Conference carrying one thing the world couldn't ignore: momentum. They had just defeated a colonial empire at Yon Bihon Phach, and that victory forced global powers to take them seriously. But the room wasn't filled with Vietnamese voices alone. It was stacked with Cold War giants: the US, the Soviet Union, China, France, and Britain, each trying to shape Vietnam's future without firing a shot. This is where the real story begins. The world wanted peace, but every nation wanted peace on its own terms. The Viet Minh pushed for a unified Vietnam under their control. The US refused to accept a communist government taking over an entire country in Southeast Asia. China and the USSR supported North Vietnam, but even they had their own agendas and limits. So, after weeks of political tug-of-war, the Geneva Accords created a temporary line at the 17th parallel, ruled by H. Chi Minh, South led by a US-backed government under Nguyen Cham Dio. And here comes the moment that hooks your audience. The Accords called for nationwide elections in 1956, but those elections never happened. The South refused, the US backed them, fearing communists would win, and the North saw it as betrayal. That single broken promise didn't just divide a country, it guaranteed a war. From that point, the 17th parallel wasn't just a line on a map. It became a fault line of the Cold War. Millions would be pulled into a conflict designed in a room, thousands of miles away from the people who would pay the price. The Geneva Accords didn't end a war. They set the stage for the next, far deadlier one.